So we're going to be doing fire needling. So I thought I'd bring my fire with me. Right. Just in case I singe my head. So. Okay, so what we need depends on. So he has a hair, so we need to be careful, right? Let's set the hair on fire. So we talked this morning about arthritis and rheumatism, and the best points that you can use for the whole body. Joints, treat joints. We know this in Dr. Tan Master Dong's work, joints. Anatomical similarity treats anatomical similarity. There are points between the knuckles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 here. You can also do here. And they call this one Bashi. Bashi means 8 evils. 8 evils are wind, cold, damp heat, wind cold, dry heat, dry wind. So it's the environment. You also have the same between the toes called Ba Feng, the 8 winds. You can use either or. Okay? So definitely his feet are colder than the hands. So I'm going to go to the feet. The location is between the web margin. Different ways of doing this. You can go perpendicular, or you can go more sort of oblique. Breathe. You want to find where the crease starts. Here. Yeah. And you come up about maybe half a finger width and in. Get it in so that the needle bites and that it is held. Does that hurt?
No, you know.
Damn. Try to make sure this needle is aligned so there's a similar pathway. Drop it in, get a bite. The needle should be fairly tight. If it's not, stimulate. In a lot of the books you'll see them needling it like this. I don't recommend that because when you come to light the needle you could burn the toes. So I prefer coming in laterally when I'm doing the feet. When I'm doing the hand, I can do it more perpendicular this way because the it's easier to close. So you just need to be aware of that. This is fantastic for rheumatism, but mainly good for cold arthritis conditions. You can try treat or fire with fire. It is possible. If you're afraid of burning them, you can create like a protective shield. You can do like a makeshift one with cardboard. So you can take like a piece of cardboard like this and create a little rip. Take a centerpiece out and you can just take a bit more out of it. You can also use a bit of tin foil. Some people use clothes pegs as a shield.
Because wouldn't cardboard be flammable?
That's the problem. But if you're burning moxa, it's enough not.
Yeah.
I tend to just go old school. But, that's me. The tip of the needle, get it in the center of that flame. See it getting nice and red now? Tell me when you feel it.
Oh.
You can see why I prefer the blue flame,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like a Bunsen burner. We get that needle nice and hot. So, like, it's like moxa, but we don't stink the house up.
Well, where's the fun there?
There is another version of fire needling, which I'm not going to do because we're not insured to do here. But what we would do is set fire to the actual tip of the needle and drop it into the body at high speed, in and out. Good for pain, cold pain. But we're not insured in Ireland to do that technique.
Yes.
Not really, not particularly, no. There's too much cold in there.
Surely with the type of firelighter you were looking for, that would be incredibly
It's very fast. I can
dangerous and go straight to the...
So close. To
Well, I mean, you wanted to use the kitchen craft.
I don't know what you're
You know,
using.
you just wanted to get the secret plans.
A flamethrower.
It's not, it's quite controlled. Like this flame is a little bit more... It's not as intense. It's coming. Like Irish Red.
No, it kind of feels a little, slightly itchy or something. I don't know. I'm not particularly feeling the warmth at the moment. But maybe it's because you said my feet were cold. Like,
Yeah, it's awesome.
it's just taking a bit of time.
I had a client with really cold feet, very bad arthritis in his feet, whose physio was telling him to take ice baths for it. This would have been great.
Yes, you do.
Do you feel it different there now?
A little bit, yeah. It's still cold.
Mm.
Shake the hand. Yeah. Interesting, his hands have cooled down. Show me your tongue. There's a lot of damp and phlegm at the base of the tongue. Tongue is wide, that's phlegmy. Heat in the heart region, overthinking. Wide.
Is that the everything's wrong tongue?
That's the Another way we can do this, which you will probably do anyway in the clinic, is with the moxa, heat the moxa up. I'm going to show you something really cool I have as well. It's very cool. Let's get a nice heat, and you can then do the same thing. Now you're not going to have the intensity of heat.
Mm.
The other one that works quite well is if you're struggling to get the needles hot. You have this, which is a smokeless charcoal. So again, this is for when you don't want. Some of your patients don't want to go to work smelling like they've been smoking the wacky. So it takes a little while to get going, but you can get a nice red flame going. See that? And then you have something you can actually press on the needle. Do you feel the heat from that?
Particularly now.
You're so
I
cold.
know, I'm really
It's just
should
a
be
cold.
doing
You're just a frozen boy. Your wife's put you out in the cold.
that. Feel like the area now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's taken a little while for him to start to feel the energetics of it. Again, it's not like using moxa direct where if I did that you should feel it, which he doesn't. Generally, if they don't feel it within 7 seconds, they have a cold invasion. You can't feel that at all. Yeah, you're in deep trouble, dude. So you can go to the shaft of the needle as well. You don't have to use the filiform. The beauty of this is, this stuff, it's a lot harder to break off. So it's less chance of it falling on your patient and burning them. If you want to be mega show off, like if you're thinking I really want to show off, you can do this. But you need to be careful. So just wet the needle. Needle away from you. Point the needle away from you and dampen it. Okay. Put the needle in. You get a little bit of an extra kick. A few seconds. Can we see it? Okay. Traditionally, another version of fire. Moxa. When you use this, you want to really grind it. Okay, so you make a mini cone. Be careful, like I've seen people go, oh yeah, fire needles, ah! Right, so make sure you've pinched that right on. It's a wool, so it should take a while to come off, right?
Stop looking more.
Just don't look, you can see me later. Try to get the moxa on first. It's just easier when it comes to needling. Breathe. Okay. Just going to put a guard just under. And so now we have heat going onto the needle for quite some minutes. and the oil will and the moxa will allow the moxa to cling to the needle.
Getting that out of it.
Yeah. So the reason is it's constantly providing a flame. Did you do this in?
We
One time.
learned about it but never did it in college.
College will remain nameless. It's a shame, right? It's a real shame because this is dying. So that's an easy way. The one that you'll see. So I want you to do all of this on each other. So you might have to take your stockies off,
I
right?
have socks on actually.
Yeah.
With leggings on.
And the other way, which is one of my favourites.
I've tights on and I'm not taking them off.
I'm sure you can just do it through your neck.
Yeah.
It even protect you if it falls.
Well, the needle gets really hot though.
Take your moxa, if you have a moxa pole.
You need a new knife.
It's as sharp as hell.
Cigar lighters are great for, or cigar
Yeah,
cutters.
That's what I do too.
You're all so knowledgeable. Okay. Push in. You can try on like a spleen point breathe. It's quite heavy, so you need to get it in. Depending if you want to bring yang up, put yang, take yang out. I need to put yang in, so I like the top. That will go for some time.
That's good. That looks great, yeah.
You can buy pre-cut moxa cigars like this, so they're cut just to do this job. You'll be jiggly wiggly tonight. You'll be feeling all bouncy. Great for if you do on liver 8 for men, for that, to ensure that there's the no, yeah, gives a bit more. So all your cold conditions: moxa, mugwort, artemisia vulgaris, artemisia argyri, aia, grows in mountainous regions where it's cold and damp. They take it, cultivate it, put it in a big iron cauldron, dry it out, and they roll it. They usually cultivate it the 10th lunar month on the 10th lunar day under the moonlight. They don't do that anymore, I don't think, but back in the day that was the... Yeah. So, let's go, pick your partner. Just try a little bit of between the toes flame needling, see if they feel anything. Go gentle. You can try a little bit of the green moxa, be careful. Maybe take a piece of cardboard with you, make a little shield. And then try this on spleen 6-ish. You can do on kidney, obviously. Because he is phlegm and damp, I'm doing spleen. There is a chance, but I can switch it off and there's nobody downstairs and it won't set off any sprinklers, so we won't get drowned.